What's up, Titans fans? It's your boy CD back again with another episode of Titan Up Today. On today's show, we'll be bringing you NFL Week 5 game predictions. We'll be picking all of the games that are remaining on the slate, as well as the Sunday night game, the Monday night games, and a Tuesday night game as well. COVID-19 is definitely affecting this week's schedule, along with rosters, injury reports, everything else. But speaking of injury report, I'll give you the injury report for this game for the Titans against the Bills, along with a bold prediction for week 5 and moving forward. But there's no need to delay. Let's get right down to it. All right, so after a bye in week 4, the Tennessee Titans draw the Buffalo Bills this week. And here's the injury report as of yesterday's practice. Our young stud wide receiver A.J. Brown with his knee injury was a full participant, is questionable for the game. Taylor Lewan was limited after being a full participant all week long, but is questionable for this game. The Bills have a laundry list of injuries as they have wide receiver John Brown with the calf limited and questionable. Cody Ford with the groin limited and questionable. Matt Milano just came out. He did not practice all week and is out for this game. Andre Roberts and Brian Winters were limited participants and questionable for the game. Bills cornerback Trey White with his back has not practiced at all this week. It did not practice again yesterday, and they're showing him as questionable, but you can argue that he might be actually doubtful, if not out, and they have not said so because he's waiting for Tuesday, probably be a game time decision or something like that, but we will see moving down the pipe. But injury reports done. Let's get into these picks, but before we do that, let's look at the standings after week 4. As you can see, there's a little bit of change in the standings as Jake Witt has now jumped to the top with 43 wins, 20 losses, and a .683 win percentage. I'm sitting right below him at 42 wins. Courtney at 40 in the middle of the pack. A-Town with 39. Everybody relatively close. And Lund slowly creeping up across the 500 mark. All right, so with the quarter of the NFL season now under wraps, you can start to see these NFL teams are starting to show a little bit of their identity, how they're going to win games, how they're going to play defense or not play defense or not win games. And that actually brings us into our first game on the docket. The first game is Carolina 2-1 coming into Atlanta to play at 0-4, unwinnable Atlanta Falcons team. They cannot find a way to win. They are great in the first 3 quarters of a game, but somehow find a way to fizzle at the end. That being said, Atlanta is favored to win this game by 1.5 points. The over-under is 54 points. I have Atlanta to win this game 31-24, along with a lot of us. Somehow, we believe that this is the team that could do something, but we'll see. 0-4 right now. I think maybe 1-4 after this week. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders playing the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are 4-0 undefeated atop the AFC. Definitely need the Las Vegas Raiders to do something for our Tennessee Titans to start to make our way up to the top anyway and knock those guys back down and sit below us would be really, really good. I know Jake doesn't want to hear that as he's the top of our standings right now in the pick'em. It's not because of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's an easy pick. Kansas City right now is favored by 11 points. The over-under is 55.5. Vegas Raiders, please do something and show that I'm wrong. But I, along with all the other experts, are showing the Kansas City Chiefs win this game. I have them winning 34-27. I definitely cover that 55.5 points for the over-under, though. The next game, Arizona 2-2 playing against the New York Jets, who are still 0-4, cannot find a way to win a game. Arizona is favored by 7 points. The over-under is 46.5 points. Arizona shocked last week by the Carolina Panthers. I predicted that game that they would take that loss, and they did. I think that they win this time because they're playing on the road against a very, very weak team. Arizona wins 27-17. Next game, Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Eagles at 1-2-1 are atop the NFC East. They were horrible last week or the week before that. They win one game, and now just like that, they're at the very top and leading the NFC East. The NFC East has been a bad division for a while now, and it seems like it's going to continue that way. Moving on, they're going against Pittsburgh, who is undefeated coming off that impromptu bye last week. Pittsburgh is favored by 7 points. The over-under is 44.0. Even 44, I have Pittsburgh winning this game 24-23, and that spread is covered. It's going to be a tight game. Philly's trying to do something and move forward and show that they can actually win a game, but I think Pittsburgh wins this game. They had an extra week of preparation. Next up is the Los Angeles Rams at 3-1, playing the Washington football team, who are the opposite at 1-3. The Rams right now are favored by 7 points, 45 points over under. We all have Los Angeles to win this game. I have the Rams winning 26-20. Again, I like that Washington football team defense. I think they're going to keep this somewhat close, but the offense just cannot keep up. That's their problem right now. Cincinnati, the Bengals, 1-2-1. That would be good enough to be in the lead of the NFC East, but definitely not good enough for the AFC North. They're going against another AFC North opponent. Rivalry, Baltimore Ravens, who are 3-1. Baltimore got a backup game. They got to play against the Washington football team last week to bounce back after that Kansas City loss on Monday night. Baltimore is favored by 12.5 points at home, 51 over under. I have Baltimore winning this game 34-27. And check it out. Somebody up here has Cincinnati to win this game. Who knows? Jacksonville going against the Houston Texans. This is the AFC South game that to us means something, but all the same, they're way down at the bottom. Hopefully they stay down there, these two teams. Jacksonville is 1-3. Houston is still 0-4 and has not won a game. They just fired their head coach. There's a brand new team now. We'll see how this shakes out. Houston is favored by 6 points. Even though they haven't won a game, still favored at home by 6 points. 54 over under, and all of us, as crazy as it sounds, all of us have Houston winning this game. I have them winning 31-27. Next up, Miami, 1-3, played a great game against the Seahawks last week at home. Like I said, I thought it was going to be close. Definitely had the Seahawks to win that game, but Seahawks traveling out there, Miami gave them a problem. Now, they're playing another West Coast team this week, but this time they got to travel to the West Coast as they play the San Francisco 49ers. They're 2-2 at this point in time. San Francisco's favored by 9 points, 50.5 point over under. I have San Francisco winning this game 24-20. Too much for Miami to handle going from the East Coast to the West Coast. Now, next game up, a good game, a really good game. Indianapolis Colts, our AFC South rival, are 3-1, traveling to Cleveland, who are also 3-1 and surprising 3-1, playing very well. Indianapolis is favored by 1.5 points here. The over-under is 47. I have Indianapolis winning this game 23-20 on the road. I think their defense travels and handles that offense that is now going to be missing Nick Chubb this week. But this is going to be a good game. I think this might be the game of the game of the week, as these two teams just battle it out to see who stays in the running for the top. But Cleveland, again, very good team and surprising at this point. I love to see them win this game and help out our division. But I just have them, I think the Indianapolis Colts find a way to win this game. Now, New York Jets, injury-riddled New York Giants, the injury-riddled New York Giants right now are currently 0-4. They're missing Saquon Barkley, obviously. Daniel Jones is trying his best out there with that offense, but very limited with his resources at this point. They're going against a Dallas Cowboys team that's 1-3, and I still want to remind you guys that one win from the Dallas Cowboys was against Atlanta, and Atlanta was winning by 16 or 17 points late in the fourth quarter, and they came back and won that game on a fluke, onside kick. They should be 0-4 right now, the Dallas Cowboys. They cannot stop anyone, and then they're playing way late in the game trying to catch up, hoping for a miracle. They don't have to do it this week. They're playing against a really bad team in the Giants. Dallas is favored by 10 points. I think that they start off fast for the first time all year. The over-under is 54 points. Dallas wins this game 34-24. Minnesota Vikings, 1-3, traveling to Seattle to play those Seahawks that are 4-0, undefeated at this point in time, and they're playing at home. Seattle is currently favored by 7 points. The over-under is 57.5. And I have Seattle to win this game 30-23. I think it's going to be a close one to start, and then Seattle kind of slowly just pulls away and makes this game unattainable for Minnesota. My pick. These other guys think otherwise as well, so we'll see how it shakes out. Denver Broncos, 1-3, playing against a New England Patriots team who's 2-2. Currently, Vegas has this game off the board, meaning no one knows if Cam Newton's going to be able to play or not. He has not practiced all week. He's still on the COVID list. How's it going to shake out? Who knows? I personally think that they're not going to allow him to play this game. It's on Monday night, so he's missing one extra day of preparation. There's been no practice. He hasn't practiced at all, hasn't thrown a ball to one of his receivers, no timing, nothing, all week. I think this definitely shows on Sunday as the Broncos travel into Gillette Stadium and win this game 24-23. It's going to be a really good game. Expect a defensive struggle because at the end of the day, Bill Belichick has got a team that's going to put a good defensive squad on there, a good defensive game plan for this team. But Denver finds that way to pull this game out in Gillette. The young quarterback pulls it out. And speaking of young quarterbacks, how about Justin Herbert leading the 1-3 Chargers into New Orleans to take on the 2-2 Aints? Right now, Vegas has them favored by 7.5 points. The over-under is 50 points. Look at Justin Herbert. He just played Tom Brady. He's an old quarterback. Couldn't win. Now he's going to be playing another old quarterback in Drew Brees. Can he win this game? All of us say no. I have New Orleans winning this game 34-24. Now, this brings us to the final game. And usually it's just the final game because it's the Titans, but it's actually the final game of the week. After COVID, they've pushed us back to Tuesday Night Football. That's a thing now. So anyways, on Tuesday Night Football, the way this will shake out, well, the guys and the girl say this, I say this. Titans win this game 27-26 in a barn burner. This game will be great. I'm talking about from the word go all the way to the last and final kick by Gostkowski. Could the game end in any other way? The Titans have won using his leg all season long, and we will win in our fourth game the same exact way. All right, so now that you got all the NFL games for Week 5 predicted, I bring to you the bold prediction. Week 5 bold prediction is going to be coming to you right now. But before I do that, I got to go back all the way to Week 3, or the last game whenever I gave you my bold prediction, and see how that shook out. Derrick Henry scores 3 touchdowns. This is not a typo. I know this was Week 2's bold prediction, but Week 3 puts us back in line. Derrick Henry scores 3 touchdowns, just like Christian Fulton. I was a week behind. This time I get us lined back up. Derrick Henry, 3 TDs coming at you Week 3 against the Minnesota Vikings. All right, so I know I haven't hit a bold prediction just yet, but you can tell that I'm that close. I'm getting there. And then, of course, Week 4 just kind of stops it. So I got to get back where I was at before. Week 5, bold prediction is pretty simple. I'm going to tone it down a little bit. We have no Corey Davis, no Adam Humphries. Trey White on the Buffalo Bills will not be around. It will be a lot of A.J. Brown, a ton of A.J. Brown, but he's not the bold prediction. Jonnu Smith is my bold prediction for Week 5. Look at him having a big game. I'm talking about 100-plus yards, and I have it that way on purpose, total yards, because it could be rushing as well as receiving. We line him up everywhere across the field, but he also gets in the end zone at least one time. I just have him having a big game. There's no way that he doesn't have a big game without Corey Davis, without Adam Humphries. And we do get A.J. Brown back, but we have to be able to go back to something old faithful that's been there the whole time. I think Ryan Tannehill and him have great chemistry, and we'll see that here this week. And with the bold prediction, that wraps up this episode of TitanUp Today. If you like the show or liked any other episodes in the past, click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also click the notifications bell, get notified the next time we put up our next episode of this show. Now, before you leave, I do got one question for you. Why tighten up tomorrow when you can tighten up today?